They laughed at my old car, now they Uber to my events. The night they laughed at me still feels fresh. I had just pulled up to a fancy restaurant in my beat-up 2006 Honda Civic. The paint was fading, the AC wheezed like it had asthma, and the muffler made noises that could scare off small animals. My friends, or at least the people I thought were my friends, stood there next to their shiny new cars, holding cocktails and smirking. "Man, does that thing even start without a prayer?" One of them joked. Everyone laughed. I forced a smile, but inside I promised myself something. One day they'd regret ever laughing at that car. A few years back, I'd started a small event planning business. Nothing fancy at first: birthday parties, small weddings, corporate luncheons. I was barely making rent, and that Civic was my lifeline. I'd load it with chairs, floral arrangements, and boxes of cheap decorations from discount stores. While they were posting vacation pictures and drinking lattes that cost more than my lunch, I was driving across town to deliver handmade centerpieces and chase late payments. One night, after another sorry, maybe next time rejection from a client, I sat in that same old car and cried. But I didn't give up. I learned everything I could about marketing, networking, and presentation. I stopped chasing clients and started attracting them one successful event at a time. My car was still falling apart, but I was building something much stronger: a reputation. Fast forward 4 years. My business exploded after a local celebrity hired me to plan her charity gala. Photos went viral, bookings tripled, and suddenly I was running high-end events across the city. By then, I had upgraded not just my car but my entire life. I bought a new Mercedes SUV, opened an office downtown, and hired a small but loyal team. But I never forgot those laughs. Last month, I hosted my biggest event yet, a luxury charity dinner at the same restaurant where they mocked me years ago. As fate would have it, I saw familiar faces in the RSVP list. They arrived late, sweaty, and slightly irritated. Turns out, they couldn't find parking because the lot was fully reserved for event staff and VIPs. I watched from the entrance as they climbed out of an Uber, trying to look composed. One of them recognized me instantly and his jaw dropped. I greeted them warmly, pretending not to notice their awkward glances. They asked if I remembered them. Of course, I said with a smile. How could I forget the night my car was the star of the show? The look on their faces was priceless. They tried to laugh it off, but the silence that followed said everything. That night, they were just guests at my event, the one I owned, planned, and profited from. After the guests left, I stayed behind for a moment. I looked out at the parking lot, remembering how it felt to be the one who didn't fit in. That old Civic may be gone, but the drive it gave me? That's still running strong. Sometimes life's sweetest revenge isn't proving people wrong, it's outgrowing the need to. So, have you ever been laughed at for something that later became your biggest strength? Tell me in the comments, I'd love to hear your story.